I'm Jeremiah McKinnon. This is NEC News Today. Here now are the top cannabis news stories from around New England for April 14th, 2023. Recalled microbial test kits created by Medicinal Genomics have led the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission to investigate whether the products tested with the faulty kits made it onto store shelves throughout the state. In March, the commission was notified that a test kit used to measure microbial contaminants in cannabis was recalled by the manufacturer. According to the bulletin, there's a potential that some cannabis products may have already been sold based on the inaccurate readings from the recalled test kits. A preliminary investigation shows that only 2 cannabis testing labs in Massachusetts had purchased the test kits prior to the recall. The manufacturer of the test kit, Medicinal Genomics, explained the reasoning behind the recall in a letter written in January. The defect and its impact continues to be investigated by the Commission. Big Papi has brought its Sweet Slugger cannabis blunts to Maine for 4/20. After launching the Papi cannabis brand in Massachusetts last year, former Red Sox player David Ortiz is now working with Jar Cannabis Company in Maine to bring his Sweet Sluggers to even more cannabis consumers. The product is a pre-roll joint made with a wrap that resembles a blunt. Big Papi's cannabis products are expected to be available at both medical and recreational dispensaries across the state just in time for 4/20. Connecticut's Attorney General has announced a recent crackdown on additional stores that are selling illicit THC products. Attorney General Tong says that he's preparing to take legal action against 3 Stamford vape shops for allegedly violating the Connecticut Unfair Trade Practices Act. Stamford police confiscated thousands of THC products that were found hidden in ceiling tiles and fake electrical panels. On Twitter, Attorney General Tong published a video clip where he speaks out about the danger of these unregulated and untested products. In February, Attorney General Tong took action against other vape shops who were also selling unregulated cannabis products in packaging that mimics commercially available food products such as Oreos and Doritos. A new cannabis delivery company, BlazeXpress, had a ribbon-cutting ceremony this week to celebrate the launch of their new business. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held this week to launch the start of a new local business in Western Massachusetts. BlazeXpress in Holyoke is the business of a social equity program participant that received their commence operations notice from the Cannabis Control Commission on February 17th. The company is a delivery operator, which allows them to make wholesale purchases of cannabis directly from licensed producers and sell those products to consumers via home delivery. BlazeXpress is now one of 6 cannabis delivery operators in Massachusetts. In total, there are 14 adult-use cannabis delivery businesses currently operational. According to reporting from WWLP, the ribbon-cutting ceremony for BlazeXpress was attended by Holyoke Mayor Joshua Garcia to wish the company great success. The recent edits to New Hampshire's legalization proposal were adopted by a vote of the House. The New Hampshire House Ways and Means Committee made a number of changes to the cannabis legalization bill that passed the House in February. According to reporting from the New Hampshire Bulletin, the bill would remove all criminal and civil penalties for possessing, purchasing, gifting, or transporting up to 4 ounces of cannabis buds. The proposal would allow businesses to open cannabis dispensaries, but those businesses would be required to pay a 12.5% wholesale tax to establish their inventory. The bill ultimately passed with 272 votes in support and 109 votes in opposition. The measure now moves on to the New Hampshire Senate, where, if history is any guide, has little appetite for cannabis reform. Last but not least, Caroline's Cannabis has filed a complaint against the town of Uxbridge over their host community agreement. Caroline's Cannabis has filed a complaint against Uxbridge, claiming that the town has provided no documentation to back up their request for a payment of a community impact fee. In 2022, lawmakers updated the law around host community agreements to clarify what is and is not allowed within those contracts. Caroline Frankel opened Caroline's Cannabis in 2019 and was the first woman-owned adult-use cannabis retailer to open in the state. In the complaint, Caroline's Cannabis says that they've paid over $1.2 million in impact fees so far, despite the town's failure to back up those figures. Frankel is seeking an injunction that would prevent the town from collecting future impact fees, as well as a declaratory judgment that essentially prevents the town from collecting any fees in the absence of proof of such costs. For the absolute latest New England Cannabis news, head on over to necnewstoday.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to NEC News Today for more great content, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode of the show. For New England Cannabis News Today, this is Jeremiah McKinnon, reminding you to always use cannabis responsibly and to enjoy your cannabis-filled adventures throughout New England.